on in. But we do appreciate the great turnout. Thanks for everybody coming today. Trust everybody had a good time. I know I did. I'll tell you how many times I hit the ball here in a little bit as we get farther along, maybe with a high score. But no, we had a great time. It's good to see all of you. We got a lot of new faces out here this year too. So again, thanks to everyone for coming. And first thing we're going to do is I'm going to let Cindy say a few words and then introduce our speaker, and then we'll do a raffle and do the award ceremony. So, Cindy?
We'll try and make it quick so you guys, I know you're probably tired and worn out, but thanks for coming out and playing, and it really makes a difference what you guys do in a lot of our recipients' lives. Right now we have 34 people on a waiting list, and I get calls every day, and we've actually had to cap that because we're on like a 3-year-long waiting list because the funds are so much. We grant $15,000 to each individual, and that gives them 3 months of therapy or FES spike in their home, which creates muscle mass, prevents bed sores, and lots of secondary complications with the injury. And we help people nationwide. So right here in Marietta, Georgia, we're doing big things and helping people all across the nation. And our website, Paul Pisco, our website guy, just finished a new homepage for us, and it's got a nice map on it, so when y'all go home you can check it out and see the new things that we're doing. And I wanted to thank my brother, Dallas, for putting this on. He worked really, really hard, and Glenn Duggan's done it the past few years and has done a great job, and Dallas kind of piggybacked off him and got some new ideas. And I just want to thank you so much for working really hard on it and being here. It means a lot to me. And any ideas or suggestions? We're having a celebrity golf tournament November 12th, so if you guys want to sign up for that or have any suggestions or ideas and help with planning, we are open to new ideas you guys might have. I want to also thank our sponsors and Brookfield Country Club for putting this on and hosting it and letting us have it here. It's a pretty course. I'm kind of biased because I live here, but I like it. And I want to thank Chick-fil-A for donating the biscuits and lunch, and also Abra is we've got a new sponsorship level, legacy sponsor. It's $5,000, and it's one time a year you sponsor all our events, and Abra Auto Body and Glass is our first sponsor for that. So thank you guys for doing that, coming out and supporting us so much. We really appreciate it. If anyone else is interested in doing that, you can talk with my brother. And without further ado, I'll introduce our guest speaker and recipient, Drew Siebert. Actually, Dr. Drew Siebert. He's a GI doctor, and I'll let him tell you how basically you're impacting people's lives and what's made a difference in his life since we helped him. So here's Drew for you. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Can everybody hear me okay?
Yeah. Yep.
Great. I want to thank Cindy for asking me to do this. The award that I received from the Dreams of Recovery Foundation helped me a lot. I'm going to explain that in a minute, but what they're doing is helping people, and you have no idea the impact that it has. I want to tell a little bit about that. I am a gastroenterologist, as Cindy said. I had a pretty busy practice up in Gwinnett, up in Lawrenceville. And busy enough that I had a 6-week waiting list for a new non-emergent patient to come in, and busy schedule all day long, working way too many hours. But the weekend before any of this happened was February. It was about a week before Valentine's Day, and I went down to Mobile with my soon-to-be fiance, then soon-to-be fiance. To a horse show that her niece was in, and we cruised around Mobile, went to the horse show, stopped and got some good wine and some artisan cheese, and beautiful sunny day. You know how the southern coast of the United States is in early February. I mean, it's just beautiful, gorgeous weekend. Typical nice vacation weekend. Came home, went for some reason, Monday night, for some reason my girlfriend decided to stay that night. And we went to bed, and for some reason I got up at that morning at 2 in the morning, maybe 2:30 in the morning, to go pee, I guess. And you know, I normally don't do that at 2 in the morning, but I guess that's what happened. And woke up 3 days later on a ventilator at Piedmont Hospital, paralyzed from shoulders down, and looking up and going with a tube in my mouth, breathing for me, going, and totally confused. And then my girlfriend or my mom would say, well, you fell down and something happened in the bathroom and you broke your neck and you're paralyzed and you're not breathing. And I would go, and then I'd pass back out. And that lasted for a few days. Finally started to wake up, but I don't know what actually happened that night. In retrospect, my girlfriend tells me that she heard a thump and walked into the room, and I'm lying on the floor saying, I can't breathe. And she's going, oh, do you need your inhaler? And I'm going, no. She goes, do you need EMS? Yes. And then I passed out. And EMS, she got them on the phone real quick, and their first question is, well, is he breathing? I don't know. Look, and I wasn't breathing. So she had to do mouth to mouth. She actually had to do mouth to mouth, but she had to run downstairs to open the front door for EMS, which was coming. And EMS got there in 8 minutes, which is blindingly fast. They were right down the street at Piedmont Hospital. And my girlfriend to this day, my ex-girlfriend to this day, has always regretted that 45 seconds or whatever it took for her to run from the upstairs bathroom down to the front door and back, that she wasn't breathing for me, and thinking, oh my God, that probably contributed to whatever happened to him. And you know, she saved my life, and she still regrets that. But that's the kind of thing that these injuries have an impact way beyond what you see here to me, or what you see to Cindy, or whoever else you might know that's had an impact like this. So anyway, end up a few days later at Shepherd, and paralyzed, can't move a thing, and finally I'm starting to wake up from what I call my fog, with the coma initially, or what followed the coma, and realize that I don't like this. You know, if I got a scratch or an itch on my face, I can't scratch it. You know, I can't roll myself over, and I can't put food in my mouth. And this isn't good. And it's the first moment that you start to realize that, hey, there's something dramatic going on here. And then what happens is Shepherd does their thing. You're an inpatient for a while. Sometimes you go to what they call a day program, where you're outpatient, but you come in every day. And they teach you how to be a quad, you know, how to take care of yourself, how to keep yourself from deteriorating. But I'm a physician. I understand this stuff really well. And so what happened to me in the first 6 months? Well, I lost about 50 pounds, got down to 130 pounds, got a bed sore from having a cushion on my chair that wasn't soft enough, and was essentially stranded lying on my side in bed for so long. And basically what it was is I was relying on everyone else to take care of me and not taking charge of what was happening in my life. So when I ended at my low point there, December of 06, I guess, with a bed sore and lying on my side, I get a phone call from Shepherd, and I had gotten on the list for a therapy program at Shepherd. It's called Beyond Therapy. Cindy's in it. I've been in it for a long time. But at that point, you know, I was in bed and I couldn't get out of bed, so I was not eligible for that program. Well, that program has a 6-month to 2-year waiting list, depending on when you're looking at it. So I told them no when I first called, because I had no choice. I had to tell them no. And they said, well, no one tells us no. You know? And turns out I talked with Becky and said, here's my reasons, and I'd love to be in your program. I only live a mile away. I could be there every day, I promise. But that was the first step toward getting back to some kind of being some kind of functional human being. Because the minute when I first started that program, it was basically I had no movement in my body. I did have enough that I could move that wrist about like that, which was just enough that I could get my hand on the controller of my wheelchair so I could wheel around. But that's all the movement I have. When they transferred me, it was essentially either slide me over on a board or lift me and put me down. And so that's all I could do. But they started with this program, and it's basically activity-based. It tries to incorporate exercise into pretty much everything you do. The whole time you're there, 2 or 3 hours each day, you're out of your chair. You're not sitting here doing exercises in the chair. You're on a mat, or you're walking, or whatever it is you can do. So anyway, that was 5 years ago now when I started that program. And over the course of 5 years, I've gone from basically being carried around and not being able to do anything for myself to driving here today on my own, walking now with these legs that are reasonably strong, with a cane and somebody next to me to make sure I don't fall over. I can walk, but it's taken that long with this program in order to get to that point. But at this point, I'm fairly functional as a person. I'm considering getting back into medical practice. Just flew to Cleveland this week to look at some new therapy that's out there, and so I'm back in doing things. Now the flip side, the downside of all of this program, and what I like to say is I'm going to be in this program until one of 3 things happens. Either I'm completely better, which obviously isn't going to be soon, or they start telling me that I'm not making progress anymore, which has never happened in the 5 years that I've been there. If you stay in this program a week, on top of having to hire caregivers to help you to do basic things each day, means that you can go in the hole pretty fast. And I had saved a lot of money. I wasn't a person that blew my money on crazy things when I was a doctor. I saved a lot, but I'm seeing my savings deplete rapidly over the course of time. But the most important thing you got is yourself and your health. And if you're not going to spend your money, if you're going to spend your money, you got to spend it on something. So, having said that, the Dreams of Recovery Foundation making an award to me got me through almost 4 months worth of therapy at Shepherd. And during that time, I improved like I always have. But it's a gradual improvement, but it's better and better. And I'm walking an hour a day now, and this is helping. I mean, it helped me a ton. I've watched it help just about every person that has stuck with the program. And Cindy's made great strides. There's other people in the program that are independent. I mean, it's pretty amazing. So anyway, what the Dreams of Recovery Foundation is doing, whether it's supporting this therapy or whether it's giving somebody an electrical stimulated bike to use that can't move their legs at all, or whatever it is that's supported, is helping out dramatically. And I thank you, Cindy, for starting this. You're doing so much good. You really